Merry Christmas, everyone. For celebrating Christmas, I will be covering 12 animals that are somewhat related to Christmas in one way or another.
Pantherasplia, or commonly called the cave lion or steppe lion, is a species or subspecies of Felinidae and belongs to the genus Panthera, which includes most of the extant big cats.
The late Pleistocene subspecies is known from sites ranging from Western Europe to Alaska, which was connected to Siberia via the land bridge. Latitudinally, the species seems to have ranged as far north as Eurasian glaciers allowed. Its southern distribution is less clear, finds support a presence in the Cantabrian Mountains and Alps, along with a few sites in the Italian peninsula and a single site in northern Greece. Scientific study of the cave lion dates back some 250 years to this moment, when George August Goldfold described Philosplela from the famous Zulithan cave in 1810.
There are 3 subspecies recognized based on morphology
And
earliest specimen dating to the Middle Pliocene and assigned the subspecies Pantherasplia fossilis.
the
Late Middle Pliocene specimens assigned to a recently described Pantherasplia intermedia. Late Pliocene populations have been assigned the Pantherasplia
there is an additional subspecies
Pantherasplia ventrigini.
is sometimes recognized as a unique Beringian population. This split is based off of genetic evidence indicating the two as belonging to distinct haplogroups. DNA discoveries have shown that cave lions are most closely related to another extinct lion called the American lion that's separated by about 340,000 years ago. Amongst extant species, the modern lion is the closest relative according to both morphological and genetic analysis. The divergence date is still up in the air, suggesting either a late split about 475,000 to 550,000 years ago, or an early split around 1.85 to 1.89 million years ago. The huge difference hinges on the inclusion of Pantherasplia fossilis into the collaboration of molecular clocks. As a result of there is no consensus on whether the cave lion should be treated as a separate species or a subspecies of Panthera leo. The earliest remains of this creature date to about 800,000 to 12,000 years ago in western Siberia and are usually assigned to fossilis, though not without controversy. A more definitive earliest set of fossils can be dated to various locations in Europe around 700,000 years ago by intermedia is dated to 150 to 350,000 years ago. Pantherasplia appears in the fossil record around 180 to 200,000 years ago. The exact size of the late Pliocene cave lion is not been studied in detail. Shuriel in 2016 provides an estimate on the maximum known body size of the species at 339 kilograms, and Martiz et al. 2021 suggests 400 kilograms for a large male, but a reliable average is lacking in literature. Late Pliocene specimens are considerably smaller than early subspecies. Additionally, the species falls into two different size classes. These are widely interpreted as being due to sexual dimorphism, with males considerably larger than females. Supporting the evidence of this hypothesis is the cave paintings displaying a male as indicated by the scrotum, besides a much smaller female. The skeletal structure of cave lions are highly resemble that of other members of Panthera, especially the modern lion. The most notable morphological difference between the two is the difference in limb structure. Cave lions are relatively short-limbed. This stark in contrast to savanna-adapted modern lions and lions of the American steppe, which have the longest limbs of any Pleistocene pantherans. The cave lions appear to have been a temperate and polar taxon. An adaptation to cold climate niche, the cave lions possess a thick, compact undercoat. Cave lions hunted in prides, at least on occasion. Clear evidence of this is a cave painting depicting a pride of 8 lions observing a herd of bison. It is unclear if these prides were a universal behavior. Male cave lions lack manes, as evidence of a painting at Chevet Cave. This has been suggested to indicate a solitary lifestyle. If they exhibited cooperative hunting, cave lions were probably capable of taking down bigger prey than any of the contemporary predators within its range. A study by Van Velkenberg 2016 estimated the max prey size of a cave lion pride would have reached 6,700 kilograms, which would have precluded only the straight-tusked elephant, Paleolaxodon anquis, and possibly adult male woolly mammoths. The typical prey range of the cave lion pride more likely falls between 200 and 900 kilograms. In Western and Central Europe, cave lions appear to have fed primarily on reindeer and muskoxen. These are both relatively small species for whole prides of giant lions. This could be considered evidence of a solitary hunting lifestyle. The diet was, however, highly variable, more so than any other predator in the region. Other common megafauna include the wild horse, large bovines, probably aurochs, and members of the bison species and other cervids, notably Irish elk. The cave bear, woolly mammoth, and woolly rhinoceros also appear to have been part of their diet in these cases. The lions had antagonistic relationship with other species certainly exists. Most notably, the cave hyena would come into conflict with the cave lion, probably over carcasses, much like their African equivalents. Push
Cave hyenas would
cave lions away from their generalist niche, as lions rely much more heavily on reindeer and cave bears in their presence. The last repeatedly dated fossil in Europe is around 14,000 to 500,000 years ago, and connected with the extinction of the most cold-adapted European megafauna. The disappearance of the cave lion from Siberia is connected to its extinction in Europe. Alaska appears to have been the last holdout of the species, with the youngest fossils dated of the species at 13,200 years ago.